If you're the type of guy and you're constantly getting in trouble with your wife because you forget to do things, maybe you're forgetful about things that you want to get done, or got hobbies or other types of interests, and all these things are just escaping your mind, I have a perfect solution for you to make your life so much better. And it's in the form of something called journaling. For a lot of guys, there's a very strong stigma that journaling is feminine. It's not a very masculine thing to do, and therefore a lot of guys don't do it. If you need even just an ounce of proof of like very masculine, just badass guys that have journaled or kept notebooks, Bruce Lee did. This book, Be Water, My Friend, The Teachings of Bruce Lee. A lot of this in here is based off of reading his notebooks, his journals that he left behind to get a better idea. So let's talk about some ways that we can journal as guys to help us out. First thing is get yourself a pocket notebook. This is the Lockbee Pocket Journal. I love this thing. I carry with me at all times this Smith & Wesson pocket knife. It stays in here for whatever I need. I also carry my pen, a highlighter. I have about a 6-inch ruler here in the back. And then inside of my journal cover, I carry 2 Field Notes notebooks. The first notebook is my brain dump. This is where I literally write down anything I need to. It's basically like a scratch pad that I keep with me, but I also write like quotes and just random everything. Meeting information, notes or minutes, just tasks, to-do lists. It all goes there. I mean, because this notebook is with me everywhere I go. Also carry a second one of these in the back. It just slides behind the first one. And this is notes I take when I'm reading books. So if I find really nice quotes from that particular book, or a lot of the books I read are on marketing or business or just some type of self-improvement in the world of productivity. Now, the cool thing about this pocket notebook, there is room for other things like business cards. You could carry this. This could be your wallet. This could be everything you do. You could put your debit and credit cards in here, your driver's license. Everything could go in this if you wanted it to. Now, the other cool thing, and another reason I like Lockbee, they have all different size notebook covers. So this A5 here actually can hold, I think you can fit about 4 or 5 of these notebooks in there. I have a Moleskine as well as one of Lockbee's, but there is tons of room in these various pockets. This thing looks cool. It's made well. It's very durable. I've been carrying my pocket notebook now for close to a year, I guess, and I've had this one for maybe about 6 months. They travel with me a lot, and I write in these things, if not every day, almost every day. But the other type of journaling I do in this bigger size is more of that traditional cliche journaling, because I don't know if you're the type of guy like I am, but when I get fixated on some type of thought, especially a thought that brings me a lot of stress or anxiety, if I'm worrying about a work project or a deadline that I've got coming up, or I forgot to do something, or I've upset somebody, instead of letting those thoughts keep circling in my head, I will get out my larger journal and I'll write about it. I like to see things to really grasp it and understand it. So if I can write down everything I'm thinking when my thoughts are going a million miles a minute and they're just circling like crazy, I can't objectively look at them and get an idea of what's really going on. Here's a prime example of how journaling helped me with health anxiety. My mother unexpectedly passed away. She passed away of a heart issue that, we had no idea about. And what happened was about 3 months after that happened, I had let everything kind of build up. I was still kind of living in denial. And then out of the blue, I had a panic attack. And my panic attack very much so resembled that of a heart attack, to which happened to my mother. So I thought the same thing was going to happen to me. This went on for nearly a year. It got so bad that I wouldn't go to places that there wasn't cell phone service, or if I wasn't really close enough to some type of emergency services, because my brain let me believe that I was really dying of a heart attack over and over and over again. But that wasn't the case. That wasn't what was happening. So what I was advised to do was to do some journaling, among many other things. Like, I kept journaling about it. So every time I had an instance, I would track it in a tracker, and I would write about it and talk about all the feelings and what was going on and what I was doing in that moment. And over time, the illogical side of my brain started seeing this, and it kind of got to the point where it was agreeing with the logical side of, oh, maybe that isn't what's actually happening to us right now. Maybe everything's okay. So because I was able to go back from months and months of writing this stuff down and see all this repetition, I realized two things. One, that wasn't really what's happening to me, because if it was, something worse would have happened months ago. But two, I was able to see a clear picture because I used the power of journaling. Now, it's a sad fact that men typically don't seek out things like counseling services. And I highly suggest anybody that feels like you need that to avoid the stigmas and just get all that out of the way and go if you need it. But if you're not going to go, at the very least, get yourself a journal and start writing about the things that are troubling you. Journaling doesn't have to be just about troubling things. I have a bullet journal where I write down one sentence every single day, and I talk mostly just about the highlights of the day, things that I did or interest me. And then what I'm able to do is go back and reflect at the end of each month of everything I did every single day and realize that, maybe my life isn't so mundane and boring. It's one of the things that's great about journaling. It brings you into this present moment so you can be living the moment instead of being stuck in the future, or stuck in the past, or trying to make your way to the future. But wherever you are on your path to figuring out what is going to work for you, and you're trying to get started with journaling, it's as simple as just picking up a piece of paper and a pen and starting to write. Diamond Dallas Page, he has a program called DDPY, or DDP Yoga. And one of the things he stresses in every single one of these routines is make the DDPY your own. That's the same thing you need to do with journaling. That's the same thing you need to do with anything in your life. Make it your own. So if you have tried journaling in the past and it didn't work, try something different. Don't just give up on it. I can promise you it works. You just have to find out the system that works for you. Anyhow, be sure to create something new today.